Aligned energy doesn't mean feeling energetic all the time. It means that energy is available when life asks for it, and recovery is possible when the demand has passed. Hello, everyone. Michelle Scher here from Personalised Health and Wellbeing Solutions. Thank you for joining me today. This month, across all this, we have explored how capacity can change while rebuilding it rarely looks the same for everyone. Today, I want to ask, what does aligned energy actually feel like? Many people can describe exhaustion with remarkable accuracy. They know the heaviness of beginning the day depleted and the determination required to keep functioning, keep moving forward. Describing feeling well, however, can be much harder. Perhaps that's because capable people often judge their energy by what they completed. Across defence, emergency healthcare, and precision health, I've worked with people whose capability was never in question. What was less visible was the internal cost. Two people can complete the same demanding day. One feels appropriately tired and begins to recover once the demand has passed. However, the other remains depleted or unable to settle even though the work is finished. The output may look similar, but the experience of producing it is not. Capacity is not measured only by whether we can complete a task. It also includes how much effort the task required, how readily we can recover, and whether the demands remain sustainable. Aligned energy doesn't always feel stronger. Often it feels more proportionate. There's enough alertness to focus when focus is needed. Tiredness arrives after effort rather than before. Rest begins to restore rather than merely interrupt exhaustion. That doesn't mean every day feels easy or that energy remains constant. Tiredness still belongs in a healthy life. The difference is that it makes sense in relation to what the day has asked of us. Now, this can feel unfamiliar for people who have spent years relying on urgency or determination to get themselves up and going. High intensity can be mistaken for good energy because it creates movement. But energy driven by pressure may be difficult to sustain and slow to recover from. Aligned energy is usually much less dramatic. It can mean beginning without a long internal negotiation. It can mean concentration feels more available to you, or a demanding period is followed by a recovery rather than a prolonged downturn. The change isn't always more energy. Sometimes it's steadier energy, the kind that arrives when you need it and then it settles when you don't. That steadiness, it matters. It helps you plan with much more confidence and notice when rest is genuinely needed. Energy naturally changes with time, activity, sleep, health, and circumstances. Alignment is not sameness. It's a more workable relationship between demand, available energy, and recovery. So as this month's conversation wraps up, I'd love you to notice what aligned energy might feel like for you. Not a surge and not a constant supply. Energy that turns up when the day calls for it. Effort that matches the task, and recovery that arrives once the demand has passed. When those three things move together, capacity stops being something that you have to guard and becomes something that you can rely upon. It really announces itself. You might notice it later in days that asked a lot of you and cost you a lot less than you once would have paid. Thanks for spending this time with me today. I look forward to seeing you again, same time, next Thursday. Bye for now.